The funds are already on their way to you. I mean that quite literally. As you read these words, the quantum field is shifting to bring prosperity into your life. But before it shows up in your physical reality, you must grasp a crucial concept. Right. Money is coming to me in the comments, but only if you can already feel a change in your energy field. Let me share a truth about money that most people never fully understand. Money isn't just an object, a number in your bank account, or a piece of paper in your wallet. Money is condensed energy. It's the physical embodiment of value, trust, and exchange. And like all energy, it operates according to specific principles that are as precise as the laws of physics. Right now, as your eyes scan these lines, something extraordinary is occurring. Your presence here right now is no accident. Your subconscious mind has led you here because it knows a financial transformation is imminent. It's preparing you to receive something that will exceed your previous notions of abundance. Over the past 72 hours, I've sensed a shift in the collective consciousness. A wave of affluence is moving through the quantum field. Not everyone will be able to receive it. Only those who have tuned their frequency to accept it. And the fact that you're reading this signals to me that you are one of those people. But here is the critical point you need to understand before the money arrives. Most people unconsciously sabotage their financial manifestation just before it happens. They do it automatically, on reflex. Their nervous system is so accustomed to scarcity that it perceives abundance as a threat. Years ago, I guided a man through his financial transformation. For years, he had visualized, affirmed, and applied all the techniques. Nothing seemed to work. Then we uncovered his pattern. Each time money was about to arrive, he did something to block it. He would quit jobs right before he was promoted. He would derail business deals at the last minute. He would spend money he didn't have right before he was due to receive new money. His subconscious had learned in childhood that money was dangerous. His father had lost money and, as a result, abandoned the family. His primitive brain had made the connection. Money equals loss, so it protected him from money by keeping him poor. It was only when he recognized this program and rewrote it that the money which had been trying to reach him all along could finally flow. The money on its way to you is waiting for you to be ready to receive it. Not intellectually ready, not emotionally ready, but energetically ready. Your entire system must be calibrated to the frequency of abundance, and that is precisely what is happening to you right now. You are being recalibrated. The symptoms of this recalibration are unmistakable. You might feel a tingling sensation in your hands, especially your palms. These are your energy centers opening to receive. You might have unusual dreams about numbers, water, or gold. Your subconscious is processing the incoming abundance. You might discover money in unexpected places, a forgotten bill in an old jacket, coins on the street. These are harbingers, small signs of the great flow to come. The science behind financial flow is fascinating. Researchers have found that people who live in abundance show different brain activity than people who live in scarcity. Their alpha waves are more coherent, their heart field is more expansive, and the vibration of their cells is higher. They are literally on a different frequency. But here is the secret that changes everything. You don't have to wait to have money to reach that frequency. You have to reach the frequency first, and then the money will follow. Money is not the cause of the frequency. It is the effect. In the coming days, money will reach you in unexpected ways. It won't necessarily be a lottery win or an inheritance, although that's possible. It will arrive as an opportunity you didn't anticipate, an idea that turns to gold, a meeting that opens doors, a skill that suddenly becomes valuable, or a problem for which people will pay for a solution. The universe is infinitely creative in how it provides abundance. Your task isn't to determine how the money arrives. Your task is to be energetically prepared to receive it, and that means understanding a few fundamental things. First, you must realize you don't have to earn money. The word earn implies you are not worthy until you do something. but you are already worthy. You were worthy the moment you were born. The universe doesn't wait for you to become worthy. It waits for you to recognize your worthiness. Second, you must stop chasing money. Chasing creates the energy of scarcity. It tells the universe, I don't have enough. And the universe, which always confirms your beliefs, replies, you're right, you don't. Instead of chasing, become a magnet, attract rather than pursue. Third, you must heal your relationship with money. Most people have a dysfunctional relationship with money. They hate it and desire it at the same time. They demonize the rich and want to be rich themselves. These contradictory signals create a chaotic field that repels money. I recall a woman in my workshop who always lived on the edge of poverty. When we delved deeper, we discovered that she unconsciously believed money would turn her into a bad person. Her mother had always told her, money corrupts character, so she kept herself poor to remain good. When she recognized and released that programming, everything changed. In 3 months, her income tripled, not because she worked harder, but because she stopped energetically repelling money. She finally allowed it to flow to her. The money coming to you is already testing you. Observe how you manage what you have now. Are you grateful for every dollar, or do you complain about scarcity? Do you share what little you have, or do you hoard it out of fear? Do you bless the money that flows through you, or do you curse it? Every financial interaction is an energetic exchange. When you spend money, you send energy into the world. When you receive money, you receive energy from the world. The quality of this energy determines the quantity of the flow. Here is a technique I call money magnetism activation. Tonight, before you sleep, place your hands on your heart. Feel gratitude for the money that is already on its way. Not hope, not desire. Gratitude for something that has already happened, but has not yet arrived in your physical reality. Imagine money flowing to you like a golden river. Don't see the numbers. Feel the energy. Feel the freedom it brings, the possibilities it opens, the people you can help, the dreams you can make real. Then, and this is crucial, let it go completely. Tell the universe, I trust your timing. I trust your method. I trust your abundance, and then fall asleep in that state of trust. The quantum physics of money is precise. Money is energy, and energy follows attention, but not desperate, needy attention. Loving, grateful, and trusting attention. When you look at money with love instead of fear, its vibration changes in your field. In the next few days, you will see signs that money is approaching. Unexpected checks may arrive. Forgotten balances might appear. People might pay you back money you had already given up on. New clients could show up out of nowhere. Income-generating ideas could pop into your consciousness. But here's the warning. When money starts to flow, the temptation to fall back into a scarcity mindset is strong. It's not enough. It won't last. I have to hold on to it. These thoughts are poisonous to the flow. They turn the flow into a trickle. Instead, when the money arrives, no matter how much, receive it with joy. Thank it for showing up. Bless it, and then let it flow through you toward its highest purpose. Money is like water. It must flow to stay fresh. If you hoard it, it will stagnate. I had a client who always had exactly the money he needed, but never more. When we analyzed his energy, we discovered that he had unconsciously set an upper limit. He only allowed himself what was necessary to survive. Everything beyond that limit felt dangerous to him. When he recognized and removed that upper limit, his income skyrocketed. But the most important thing wasn't the number, it was the freedom. He stopped acting out of fear and started living from abundance. Money became a byproduct of his new frequency. The money coming to you will change you, not because money has the power to change you, but because you have already changed to receive it. You are no longer the person who lived in scarcity. You are someone new, someone who understands that abundance is the natural state of the universe. The next 7 days are a critical period. Money will be trying to reach you. Your job is to keep all channels open. Expect it from everywhere and nowhere. Get ready for surprises. Say yes to opportunities, even if they don't look like money. Above all, stay on the frequency of gratitude. Gratitude is the master key to abundance. Not gratitude as a technique or strategy, but authentic, deep cellular gratitude for the miracle of your existence, for being able to breathe, for having the capacity to receive. Money is not your savior. You are not the victim to be saved. You are the creator who manifests. Money is simply energy that responds to your call, and you have called, whether consciously or unconsciously. Now the universe is responding, but it is also testing you. It is checking if you are truly ready, if you can let go of the old story of scarcity, if you can live the new story of abundance, if you can trust, even if you don't see it yet, the money is on its way. It is already moving through the quantum field toward you. It gets closer every second. Your task is not to find it. Your task is to be found. Be the lighthouse, not the search boat. Right now, as you read these final lines, the energies are shifting in your favor. Doors that were closed are beginning to open. Paths that were blocked are clearing. People who can help you are being drawn to you. This is not hope. It is not fantasy. It is the science of manifestation in action. You have charged the field with your intention. You have nurtured the seed with your emotion. Now is the time of harvest. But remember, money is not the goal. It is the means. The goal is who you become in the process of receiving. The expanded version of yourself, the generous version, the trusting version, the version that knows the universe always takes care of it. That version of you already exists. The money is coming to activate it, to bring it from potential to reality, to show you who you really are, when fear is no longer a factor. Prepare yourself not just practically but energetically. Make space in your life for more. Make space in your heart for bigger dreams. Make space in your mind for new possibilities. The money is arriving, it's already on its way, and when it gets here, it will be the beginning, not the end. The beginning of a new chapter where scarcity is just a distant memory. The next few moments will change everything you thought you knew about money. As you continue to read, old programs in your subconscious will activate, trying to stop you from receiving, but that is precisely why you are here, to break those programs before the money physically appears. I have to tell you something important about timing. The money coming to you doesn't follow a linear schedule. It already exists in your field, just not yet in your physical reality. Imagine you've placed an order, and the package is already in your city but hasn't arrived at your door yet. The same is true for the money coming to you. 3 weeks ago, I felt a massive shift in the collective money field. It was like a wave forming before it hits the shore. This wave carries millions, perhaps billions of dollars, waiting to be redistributed, not through politics or economics, but through a shift in consciousness. Money is moving from those who operate from fear to those who live in trust. The old possessors of money can no longer hold on to it. Their frequency of fear becomes incoherent. Money seeks coherent fields, people who know that abundance is infinite, people like you who understand that money is just a tool, not the master. But let me tell you about the most dangerous phase ahead. It is the phase I call the final test. Shortly before the money physically appears, your old money trauma will activate. Every memory of lack, every experience of loss, every story of not having enough will rise to the surface. Last week I had a client who went through exactly that. She knew a lot of money was coming to her. She could feel it, taste it, almost touch it. But the week before it arrived, she experienced the most intense money-related fear of her life. She woke up at night, soaked in sweat, with visions of poverty. During the day, she was overwhelmed by panic thinking about her bills. She called me and said, "Joe, I think I did everything wrong. The money isn't coming. I only feel fear." I told her that is proof that it is coming. Your old system is fighting its last battle. Hold on. 3 days later, she received a call. A business she had given up on years ago suddenly paid her not just the original sum, but also interest and compensation. It was more than she had earned in 5 years. The fear had been the storm before the calm. This happens because your nervous system needs to be reconfigured to hold large sums of money. Most people cannot energetically hold more than 10 times their usual income. Beyond that, their field collapses. They self-sabotage, spend it quickly, or lose it by making bad decisions. But you are prepared. Your system is upgrading to hold more than you ever thought possible. The restlessness you feel, the strange dreams, the physical symptoms, that is your energy system expanding. There's something few people understand about money. It has a consciousness, not like human consciousness, but a kind of intelligence. It knows where it is welcome and where it is not. It senses if you love it or fear it. It senses if you will hoard it or let it flow. The senses if you will hoard it or let it flow. I did an experiment that changed my understanding of it forever. I took a bill and measured its electromagnetic field with sensitive instruments. Then various people held the bill. In people with a scarcity consciousness, the field became chaotic, incoherent. In people with an abundance consciousness, it became ordered, coherent, almost brilliant in the measurements. The money itself changed according to the consciousness of the person holding it. This means the same money has a different power depending on who possesses it. $1,000 in the hands of a person with a lack consciousness will disappear quickly. That same $1,000 in the hands of a person with an abundance consciousness will multiply. That's why it's so important to prepare your consciousness before the big money arrives. You have to become an energetic vessel capable of containing it. Otherwise, it will flow through you like water through a sieve. The preparation begins with understanding your history with money. What messages did you receive about money when you were a child? Was it the root of all evil? Was it difficult to get? Was it only for other people? Those early programs are still running in your subconscious, even if your conscious mind believes the opposite. I remember my own story with money. I grew up in a family where money was always scarce, where every penny was counted. My father worked 3 jobs and was still always broke. The message I received was, no matter how hard you work, it will never be enough. This programming continued to run in me until my mid-30s. I worked harder and harder, earned more and more, but it was never enough until one day I realized I was living my father's story, not my own. I had to write my own story with money. That's what you have to do now. You have to end the old story and start a new one. The old story where money is difficult to get. The new story where money flows easily to you. The old story where you are not worthy. The new story where you are a magnet for abundance. But here's the trick. You can't just overlay the new story like a coat. First, you have to fully feel, acknowledge, and honor the old story, and then let it go. Any attempt to skip this will fail. The subconscious forgets nothing. Tonight, before you sleep, do this exercise. Remember your first memory related to money. How old were you? What happened? How did you feel? Then follow the thread throughout your life. Every significant experience related to money, every loss, every gain, every disappointment, every surprise. Observe the pattern, recognize the story that repeats, and then with great love and compassion for your younger self, say, this story has served me, it has protected me, it has brought me here. But I no longer need it, I release it with gratitude. The moment you truly let go of the old story, a vacuum is created, and nature abhors a vacuum. New energy will immediately flow in. That is the moment you install your new story, not as a hope or a wish, but as a fact, as your new reality. The money coming to you already knows your new story. It's just waiting for you to know it too, not just to think it, but to feel it, to live it, to breathe it, to be it. I have to tell you something important about how this money will arrive. It won't necessarily be as you expect. The universe is infinitely more creative than our limited minds. I have seen people receive money through forgotten insurance policies, ideas they had in dreams, or skills they didn't know were valuable. A woman in my seminar received her money because of her handwriting. Yes, her handwriting. Someone saw a note she had written and offered her a job as a calligrapher for luxury invitations. She now earns more from her calligraphy than she ever did at her office job. A man received his money because of an error. The bank had made a mistake on his credit 10 years ago and owed him refunds plus interest. He had no idea until the check arrived. The universe has paths your mind cannot foresee. That's why it's so important to keep an open mind. Don't cling to the form, only to the energy. The money will arrive, but perhaps disguised as an opportunity, a problem that needs a solution, or an undiscovered talent. The signs that you are close are everywhere if you know what to look for. You suddenly find coins everywhere. It's the universe telling you, money is coming to you. You dream of water. Water in dreams often represents the flow of money. Do you repeatedly see certain numbers? They are codes, confirmations that you are on the right frequency. But the strongest sign is an inner knowing, a peace that doesn't make sense, given your external circumstances, a peace about money that you've never had before, as if a part of you already knows it's all arranged. This knowing does not come from the mind. It comes from your higher self, which operates outside of linear time. It can see what is already on its way. It knows about the check that has already been written, the transfer that has already been authorized, the opportunity that is already coming to you. In the coming days, you will receive impulses. Perhaps the impulse to call someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Perhaps the impulse to go somewhere you wouldn't normally go. Perhaps the impulse to learn something that seems to have nothing to do with money. Follow these impulses. They are the breadcrumbs that will lead you to your money. Every ignored impulse is a lost opportunity. Every followed impulse brings you closer to your manifestation. But here is the ultimate truth about the money that is about to arrive. It is already yours. It has always been yours. It is just waiting for you to claim it, not through struggle or effort, but through recognition, through the knowledge that abundance is your birthright. The universe is not scarce. Look at the stars, billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars. Look at nature, millions of seeds in a single flower. Abundance is the norm, not the exception. Only the human mind has invented scarcity. The money coming to you is just the beginning. It is the universe saying you are now ready for more. More abundance, more fluidity, more freedom. It is your initiation into a new way of living, where money is no longer the master but the servant. Prepare, but not with fear or nervousness. Prepare with tranquility, like someone who knows the sun will rise tomorrow. There is no doubt, no question. It is simply what it is. The money is coming. It is already in motion. Every second brings it closer. Your only task is to remain open, receptive, and prepared. The old version of yourself that lived in scarcity is dying. The new version that lives in abundance is being born. Money is the midwife of this birth. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the intelligence that orchestrates everything. Your money is coming, and with it comes a new version of yourself. You are ready to become her.